Francisco 49ers taking on the Mexico City Diablos.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Lance. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Here's Lance to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 17 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
On third down, a run by Mack. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Now back to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Lance. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Lance finding Ayuk there for a Niner first. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. First carry now for Trey Sermon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The numbers for Sermon in last week's game: 17 carries, 69 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive touchdown.
It's caught at the one. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown here of the new camp. They'll start on the ground with Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And he's brought down.